Greetings. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press, and I'm George Boston Rhines. And today is Memorial Day here in the United States of America. I want you to regress with me back into May of 25th, 2013. And today, this is a special call to all active duty, retired, disabled, and ordinary veterans of the United States of America. This is an appeal to Eric Holder of the Department of Justice, Governor of the state of Georgia, the Attorney General of the state of Georgia, the Secretary of State in the state of Georgia, to the Southern Judiciary in the state of Georgia, to Sheriff Prime of the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department, to Lowndes County School Superintendent Wes Taylor. This is a special appeal unto all of you. Do you believe that a citizen in the United States of America, a retired military veteran, an upright citizen who violated no law, do you think for a moment that any of our mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, children, or enemies should be restricted for 1 year and 2 weeks under the heading of criminal trespass without violating any law in Valdosta, Lowndes County, or in the state of Georgia? If an American citizen have not violated any law, then why would they be under such restriction? Moreover, how could it be that all the agencies in law enforcement up to Eric Holder of the Department of Justice are fully aware of it, but nobody have even said one word, not even one word about it? On this courthouse steps, we have witnessed the father of KJ, Kendrick Johnson, demanding justice in the case of their dead son that was found in Lowndes County High School on January 11th, 2013. I stand here this day, the same building where Shannon Watson and her husband Tim stood seeking justice for their 14-year-old daughter who was hog-tied, handcuffed behind her back, face down on the floor in the presence of educators and her peers for striking an educator. It was later determined that Sheriff Deputy Atkins wrote it up wrong for whatever reason. The educators provided a letter stating that this child never struck an educator. But do you not know, I just talked to the father a few minutes ago, and they still have not received justice. Now, we must also ask a question this morning, this Memorial Day. Do you not know that 32 jail deaths, known jail deaths, have occurred in Lowndes County Jail. It has been reported over and over again that Lowndes County are leading the state of Georgia in jail deaths. But it seems to be that the powers of forces outside of that, which the founding fathers of this republic wanted to be alive, well, and applicable to the citizens, have taken a back row seat. So now, you have seen my videos. You have heard my cries. People in Korea, Canada, New Zealand, and many other foreign nations of the world, they are commenting and they are asking questions, and they are right to do so. For under our form of government, we pride ourselves in being a nation, and states that make up the nation, a nation of laws. But if I am under a 1-year, 2-week criminal trespass for reporting on the death of Kendrick Johnson, as some believe, then why haven't Sheriff Prine gotten back with me as he promised he would? Why have not somebody at the probate courts, the Superior Court, District Attorney David Miller, or in the federal U.S. courts where I went and asked them to give me a letter a week after this happened, that they had nothing in my records on me? They told me verbally that they didn't, but when I asked them to put it in writing, I asked CID, the Criminal Investigation Department at the Lowndes County Jail, but they would not give me a letter stating nothing was in my records, but they told me verbally. So now, for the next few days, I will be posting videos to highlight the anniversary of America's and the state of Georgia criminal trespass laws and how they implement them upon the citizens of Georgia and perhaps other states in the United States, so the entire world, let me repeat, so the entire world can see what a real democracy look like. They will be able to see what I have presented for the last year and 2 weeks. And yet, the people that we vote into office do not think enough of the American people to respond to a citizen's First Amendment being violated. Now, in conclusion, do you not know that if they could place me, a retired military veteran of 21 years, under such restriction without violating any law, that this could happen to any of our airmen stationed at the Moody Air Force Base just 9 miles away, or a student at Valdosta State University, or a student at Georgia Military College, or a student at Wiregrass Technical College, or a student that visit Wiregrass, not Wiregrass, but Wild Adventures Theme Park, or Francis Lake Golf Course, or somebody that's visiting Kinderloo Golf Course, or somebody just passing through Lowndes County could be placed under a criminal trespass without justification or notification. And then when you write your elected officials, they will say absolutely nothing. The sheriff department will promise you we'll get back with you, and never get back with you. Yet I have been banned. I could not go to the Lowndes County graduation yesterday. You're going to see videos that I recorded yesterday. But I couldn't go into that facility. Yet, if a person was a child molester, if they were a criminal of the first degree, they could walk right on to that public property. Or if a murderer who may kill his entire family could walk on that property. But I am violated. My rights have been violated. And do you not know that Governor Nathan Deal, Secretary of State Brian P. Kemp, Georgia Attorney General Eric Holder, the Justice Department, nobody have said anything. Now, it's not just about me, but just imagine the American people. Just imagine people around the world. If they did this to me, then that precedent must already have been established in stone. So how many other children, young adults, both male and female, have been placed under a criminal trespass, just like the mayor of Meigs, Georgia? Do you not know she have received, I think, 2 criminal trespasses? She have been banned from her office, given another office, then had the locks changed on that one, then not permitted to even go to City Hall to perform her duties as mayor, where the majority of citizens in Meigs, Georgia, in the state of Georgia, and in the United States of America voted her into office. So if we are not going to respect voting rights in the state of Georgia, and if Eric Holder, the Justice Department, and the Civil Rights Division can allow all of this to go on with the world watching us, then what can we say to Afghanistan, Pakistan, where I stand as an upright man, not as a criminal, but as an upright man? And not even Victor Blackwell of CNN, not even the Valdosta Daily Times, not even ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox News in South Georgia, nobody have come and asked me, George Rhymes, does your criminal trespass have anything to do with the death of Kendrick Johnson? After all, I was one of the first persons that the father called when they found their son dead. So is this why they put me under this criminal trespass? But Victor Blackwell and no news media in the United States of America, Al Sharpton came here, but he didn't ask me nothing about my criminal trespass. Nobody that I know of the U.S. Justice Department, who's supposed to be looking into the death of Kendrick Johnson, are looking into my situation, which just could have an impact on that investigation. Now, just because I raise my voice don't mean that I'm angry. It means that I am by the God, the grace of my God, and that of my ancestors. And so now, I was on television a few weeks ago in Atlanta. I said then, and I'll say it again now, if the state of Georgia and if the United States of America are not about citizenship rights, the right to vote, and the right to be called the beacon of hope for the free world, because we respect individual rights, if we don't mean that, then that's not a problem. But just take down your flag. Stop telling people that you respect and want people to vote. We got 12 black mayors in the state of Georgia. I have pleaded on the Capitol steps to the governor, to Georgia Attorney General, to the Secretary of State, to our civil rights organizations, and those mayors, most of them are female, and they are still going through pain that has never been inflicted upon any mayor in the state of Georgia to the degree that we see. Do you know that you need to Google Boston G.B.R. and Google Meg's Georgia mayor, Quitman, Georgia mayor, Dawson, Georgia mayor, Gordon, Georgia mayor, Davis Borough mayor, Warrington, Georgia mayor. Then ask yourself, once you look at that, then ask yourself, why is it that no elected official in the state of Georgia is following up on that? You don't read about that in the Atlanta Journal and Constitution. MSNBC won't report that. These news media in this country are not reporting the news. Yet when a war breaks out under the name of patriotism and freedom and justice, we put our life on the line to defend the rights of foreigners. Yet our rights are vanishing in the cosmos as we all pacify ourselves and tell the world, I don't have time for that. I just want to get to heaven. And so we keep backing up, backing up, backing up. But you can only back up so far. You can only back up so far. And then you look around and your children will have no rights at all. And we have nobody to blame but ourselves. Once again, this is the Ghetto Free Press. I'm doing what I did, what I'm doing now because of what I did back then. The Vietnam War was going on and many other wars. And many of you, as well as myself, we did what we were supposed to do. Now the question is up to you. Are you just going to look at me as a bad man? Or will you look at me as somebody who loved you and your children and coming generation, perhaps more than you yourself? This is the Ghetto Free Press. Bye-bye. We go.